Hey everybody, welcome to Start a List with Carol and Stacy. I'm Stacy,
I'm Carol.
and we are ready for episode 7 today. And
Woo!
we have finally made it out of January. Woohoo!
Goodness,
It
it
felt
ended
long.
poorly.
It did end poorly. Ooh, well, we've been as we talked about last time, in the middle of the big snow ice situation, and unfortunately I believe there are still people in the area without electricity.
Yeah, I
And
saw.
I feel like for our area we'll go back to school tomorrow. They have not been in school for 6 days, but anyways, I'm kind of glad that to say bye to January and move on into February just inches us closer and closer to springtime.
Yes,
So
yes,
and I'm tired of
yes.
sitting in the house. I'm ready to get
Yeah,
out and
huh?
start doing some stuff. All right.
I love to be in the house and getting projects accomplished, but not like that. Not
Yeah.
under the guise of
The first two or
being
three days,
trapped.
you're like, oh, this is great. You were cleaning stuff
Yeah,
out like a mad woman. And
I was. I cleaned out a closet. I sorted through a bunch of photos. I'm like, all right, I'm finally getting organized from 20 years ago. Nope.
yeah, you,
Now I just
well,
have
at
a
least
big
you did more than I
mess.
did. I mean, I could literally just watch TV for hours on end.
Well, I could do that too. Speaking of watching TV for hours on end, tell them about our topic this week.
Oh, our weight loss topic?
Yeah,
Oh, what's that got to do with watching TV? Because we're sitting around.
because you just sit around.
Well,
Yes.
I was going to say, so I just booked us a trip. I know you're going to the beach.
Yep.
And I just booked us Perry and I are going to go at the end of April back down to Perdido Beach in Alabama. So
Nice.
I thought that kind of, I was just texting my mom, they're going on a cruise in April. I'm like, well, I guess we got to start looking for
Ooh.
some beach and cruise clothes, but I'm
Oh
like, ugh, I
dear.
don't know if I want to be on the beach after I've literally sat for a week in the house and stuffed my face. But
Mm-mm.
so we touched on a little bit on this topic, our first episode, when we talked about our 1 day walking club and how
Yeah.
Carol and I have, for the majority of our friendship, attempted to lose weight. Just as you get older, your metabolism slows down. It's a lot harder, and so we've
Mhm.
we've literally done it all, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely win at losing.
Yes, for
Yes.
the least amount of success.
Yes. Yes. We've won at losing the losing weight game.
So here's our
But
disclaimer. This is in
yes.
no reflection of any of the programs or anything we've attempted. This is all um
We
what
we
it's
take
not,
full
we take full
responsibility
responsibility for
for the
being
failure of every one of these diets.
everyone, and I mean we've done a lot, y'all. So we're gonna dive into that today. And so I think I feel like there'll be people out there that will definitely be able to relate. Because we've done it all.
Well, I
When we
mean,
were
you know how
working, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know how it is when you work with a large group of people. There'll be a few that are like, "Hey, let's start spring with a bang, and
Yeah.
let's do a after school this or we're going to have an exercise class." And of
Oh,
course,
we
we
did
go
that
to
too.
like
Yeah, we would do that at school
we go to
sometimes.
one or two of them in somebody's classroom. We clear the desks out, and we do our Zumba or whatever it
I
was
mean,
we
y'all,
were
we bought
doing.
trampolines one time, okay, and rolled them into the library, okay. We were gonna do a little trampoline workout, which was super fun, but you about break your knuckles opening up the trampoline.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
that's a whole other podcast episode, or the tools
yeah,
we've used, but
yeah,
like
for
actual like
sure.
things. But I think the first one you and I attempted together was at school, in fact.
Oh
And it
yeah.
was somebody, I don't know who, decided they were going to organize that the Weight Watchers people were going to come. Now, Carol can help explain this. This was before apps and online stuff. Like they had in person, I
Yeah.
don't know if they might still do this, but they had in
It,
person Weight Watchers meetings, right?
it was like a Tupperware party at your school, but it was the Weight Watchers lady.
Yes.
And she would show up with her binder or her clipboard and
We all signed up. We paid our money. I think we got like a
yep.
little notebook or a journal or something. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
All the directions of, little recipes and the directions for all our points and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, we thought it would be brilliant because we had what, 30 or 40 accountability partners. Well, it ended up being a disaster in the long run for me, but
Oh,
I
for me
mean,
too. But we
we
did
lost
it. We played.
weight,
We
but yeah.
did. We probably lost a few pounds, but we would meet every week. I guess this poor person. Did they come every week?
They did after school. Of course, we would drag in there starving because, right after school, you're hungry. And we tried to all drag around our water bottles, but none of us like drinking
And
water.
as
So,
teachers, well, you can't drink a ton of water because you don't have the bathroom at your just to
mm-mm.
go to the bathroom whenever you feel like it, right? So you got a bunch of teachers that are dehydrated and trying to drink water and not Diet Coke and all that stuff. But we counted our points and we'd go in and this lady had her little book out and I think she recorded on a piece of paper what you weighed every week. You had to get on a special, I guess it was the Weight Watchers scale. I don't know.
It was, and I swear,
And everybody's in there watching
they
it
had,
happen.
yeah, and they had turned the dial up 3 pounds, had to have, because we somebody would get on there, and I mean, it was private, but it was semi-private. Of
Yeah,
course,
I mean,
all
we're all just
chattering.
waiting around. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all sitting on the side chattering, and then she would every now and then you'd hear, "Way to go, you lost 3 pounds," and we'd all clap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
somebody, whoever lost the most, would get a little pin, like a WW pin.
It was very like I don't know. I have blacked this out. I mean, I remember the person coming. I feel like did they talk to us at all? Like say, okay, this week your goal is.
Yeah.
They give us little pep talks or whatever.
They did, and they would go around and say, give us some of your favorite tips for the week, and it was very helpful. And it's
Yes.
just if you actually used the tips, it would have been extremely helpful. My issue is, I'm just going to put this out there.
Mhm.
Unless I stop buying any of the stuff that's not growing out of the ground, or B, change my lifestyle forever.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the
Well, and it's
secret, and we all know it. But we
I
keep
can
doing
think
all the
back to
diets.
when you and I both you had your last child and I had my only child a little bit later than like the typical people. But I mean, even then in my mid to late 30s, I could drop weight. It was easy.
Mm.
Well, and in my 40s, it just started to kind of all fall apart. And then everything, it was.
You hear this from
Yeah.
every woman,
Mhm.
then you hit the midlife. Cortisol now is the big buzzword, and we all have the cortisol belly. And I'm like, okay, well, now what?
Well, we now I think I've done Weight Watchers since then, probably 2 or 3 times. But listen, I also am easily confused by Weight Watchers because you get your points and then you get your, what do they call them? Like your bonus points or your rollover points. Or if you don't use the points or if you exercise, it'll count towards something. And I was like,
Yeah,
golly,
you
I
could
can't
earn
count this much.
You could, I know I can't do math. That's why I couldn't lose weight. I couldn't do math. You could earn points by the number of 8-ounce bottles of water that you
Yeah.
drank, and
If you exercised.
You got an extra point. So yeah, we get on the treadmill for 20 minutes so we could eat half a bag of fake Cheetos or something. I don't know.
So yeah, we did that. That was one. I've done that a few times. You probably have too. I think you did Weight Watchers one time and lost a lot of weight.
Well, I probably lost like 20 pounds, but
that's a lot of weight.
That is a lot of weight, but I was sticking with it, and I was, I don't know.
I think you weren't working when you did that too. Wasn't that when I feel like
probably
Will was real little or something?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I thought I looked okay, but at the time, I probably thought I was overweight. You know how it is.
Now I think a couple of the times that I attempted to lose weight, I was actually probably pretty skinny compared to now. But so what you need to know, y'all, is Carol and I will jump on the bandwagon, right?
Mhm.
If she does something, I'm joining. If I do something, she's joining. Good, bad, whatever. And so I remember one time, this has been 2 houses ago. So Luke, my son was little, and I just decided I was going to try Nutrisystem. I'm sure I called you up and you were like, okay, I'll do it too.
Well, while we're on the phone, I'm looking at it. I'm going, oh, this look good. The lasagna looks good, and I'm just like, whatever.
And now, there's chef prepared meals is why they advertise it or whatever.
Okay. Well, they're still full of sodium and
Well, we bought it though. It came in
we
a
did.
big box, y'all. Like they were delivering a shed to put out back. It was huge. And you got like
in a crate.
I feel like you got like a month's worth of food at one time. Was that not how it went? It was a lot.
I think it was 2 weeks worth, but it was 3 meals a day plus 2 snacks a day.
Yeah.
Plus shakes, plus this, plus that, because we wanted to make sure we had a good variety. So we joined the optimum level, where we could pick the chef.
I had baskets in on my counters full of Nutrisystem. Okay. Just, it was I can remember I had them in my laundry room. I had them on the counter. I mean, it was a lot, you guys. And so we did Nutrisystem for a while. Now, honestly, it wasn't awful. I do think I lost a little bit of weight, but then we just got sick of it, and it was expensive and
it all tastes the same. And the thing that was making me angry was the portions. I mean, you would get 3 wafers in a packet. And I mean, the bag was, 6 inches tall, and you'd rip it open and you'd look down in there like the longer you stared, the more food would be in it.
And I feel like they had like some of their meals you had to pay more because they were supposed to be better, like yummier or I don't remember, but and I think some of it was frozen, right?
Yeah.
And some of it was like,
and you would get those giant ice packs with it,
Yes.
and then it would say recycle, and you're like, well, what do I do with this thing? I finally ended up just throwing them in the trash.
So we had a lot of Nutrisystem for a while, and you'd go to work, and it wasn't that I was embarrassed, but it says Nutrisystem all over the film you got to peel back to heat it up, or I mean, people knew, but you had to do it because you had to eat it all throughout the day. And I don't remember because I feel like, with Weight Watchers, you were just eating your own food, right?
Right. Your food equal points. And
Nutrisystem, I don't remember even adding anything to it. I think we were just straight up, maybe a salad every now and then. You were just eating the Nutrisystem. Yeah. So we did that for a little while, probably lost 5 pounds and spent $400.
We spent a lot of money for nothing. Again. Well, I mean, the thing is, it's all about the lies we tell ourselves. We say, all right, we're going to get up early. I'm going to walk on the treadmill for 20 minutes before I shower. Yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen. And then we were trying to decide now when's the best time for me to exercise? Well, I don't want to do it when I get home from work because I'm exhausted and I have family to take care of. All right, so we'll do it in the morning. Well, no. There was not, we didn't discover a best time to exercise. And yes, we bought all the gadgets. We bought all the equipment. But I had forgotten about those trampolines. That's pretty fun.
You had one, right? Did you buy one?
I don't think I bought one. I think that we were using the PE.
I mean, I bought one because I had it at my house forever, and I can remember the legs were like springs, and they would pop up. It would you could snap your finger off getting it up. I guess we jumped on those for a little while. We were going to that was joint friendly exercising. We were like, oh, this will be great. And got a bunch of
low impact.
Low impact. I don't know. We did it a few times, and I think that thing collected dust under my bed for 3 years before I finally was like, okay, I'm not using this. So.
Well, speaking of Weight Watchers, I heard a funny joke or something that somebody said their husband and child went, like normally these things, the meetings were like at a shopping center, and you'd go to the Weight Watchers store and you would meet there, or you would meet in a church or whatever. And the husband and son went to pick up the wife one evening, and they were still finishing up their meeting, and they had the scales over to the side, and the little kid was running around, and of course he ran over and jumped on it, and it made some numbers pop up, and the dad said, get away from that, son, don't jump on that thing. And he was like, why? He said, because it makes people cry.
It does.
Was like, what?
It does.
Oh, that was funny.
I mean, One time, Perry and I decided we were going to lose weight. That's my husband together. And this time we decided to throw down. Somebody that I knew had been doing this and had lost quite a bit of weight. So I'm like, well, of course, there it is. There's the magic answer. And so we drove y'all all the way from my house out to Green Hills, which is a good 30-40 minute drive. And there's always traffic because it's Nashville to go to Jenny Craig. So here we are again spending
Once a week.
every week you went because their food was, I mean, it was a combo. I mean, y'all, you didn't get to pick it either. You'd show up, there's this sweet little older lady that worked in there, and you went in. I don't remember. I guess we got weighed. I don't recall. And you paid and you got your bag of food, and she would pre-pick it for you. And you went in, you gave them all your money. And I do recall that with that with that you had like a little salad with it, and you had your little meal and all this stuff. I mean, golly. And so we had boxes upon boxes of Jenny Craig food. And I don't remember how long we did that for until we finally were like, I'm done driving down there. We quit that. So
I mean, I know.
I mean, if I had
Well-
taken all the money that I've spent on diet programs and equipment, I could have had,
Gym memberships.
well, I've had gym memberships too that I didn't use. Speaking of, I mean, no, I was just thinking I could have had like gastric bypass surgery by now or something.
Maybe.
Oh gosh.
I know. I don't know. I think we all struggle with sticking with a program.
It's just hard
like,
sometimes.
well, for the rest of your life, because really you do have to change your lifestyle.
Well, and it's a
forever.
lot different. Like, I'm an emotional eater. I think I shared that before. So, one wrong thing and I'm shoving food in my mouth. And I think I said in the first episode, I love people that are so disciplined and really want to fuel their bodies with clean food and eat healthy and
Yeah.
exercise. And I'm not that person. But anyways,
Yeah.
one time we
I
did,
don't
oh
really
God, we did keto. We've done,
I remember when it was popular. I think Oprah Winfrey was either doing it or talking about it or had guest doctors on her show, and everybody was jumping on that bandwagon. And I can remember her saying something like, I just want one cracker, because I remember it was just all, no carbs, no carbs. Well, that backfired. And prior to that, I think it was called the Atkins diet. That was a big popular thing.
Mhm.
And that was all meat, any cheese, any dairy, anything green. So basically no
low
fats.
carb.
low
Right.
carb and mostly meat and cheese. But after a while, I mean, it sounds glorious to have like scrambled eggs with cheese and sausage and all of that, but after a while you would get sick of, I mean, that's the
Well,
problem.
a balanced
Variety.
diet, you got to have carbs 'cause that's what gives you a lot of energy, right? So you just should be eating less carbs, but I'm clearly
Right.
eating more carbs. But anyways,
Well, maybe we're not the wrong maybe we're not overweight, we're just too short according to the Google. You plug in your weight and height.
in
and it
all
always says you're-
seriousness, I do need to lose weight because it's not healthy and I'm getting older and all this. But so several years ago, let's see, my son was starting 6th grade. I took a year off from work, just took a leave of absence. Just needed a break. And I was disgusted with myself. It was the biggest I'd ever been. And shockingly enough, now I'm even bigger than that. So, anyways, I found this program. It was local. And the company is called Ideal Protein. Okay. And you go and you meet with somebody. Again, you're always meeting with somebody, right? They got a spokesperson.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, you're going to do this. You're going to do it and you're going to stick with it and you're going to lose some weight. You're not working. You have nothing else to focus on, right?
And you're tired of spending money on programs. You're going to really do it this time.
I'm going to really do it. And it was expensive. So you go every week, you meet with your little person, they weigh you, and you pick up your food. Now, for lack of a better word, it was like astronaut food, some of it. Okay. It was dehydrated. I mean, they had shakes, and I mean, of course, I loved all the desserts because, yum. But anyways, I was barely eating. So you would eat like whatever you had for your little breakfast and then your itty bitty lunch. And then at dinner, you got to have, I think it was like 6 ounces of a lean meat and like maybe a cup of vegetables. I can't remember.
It
And
was
like,
a half a cup because I can remember it was so restrictive
yeah, it was
that no
very
wonder you
restrictive. We were
lost weight.
weighing food. I had to buy a food scale, you guys. So you would weigh your
Mm,
meat so you didn't eat over 6 ounces, but I was doing it. And
yeah, and
you could have like green beans you could only have twice a week. So I was eating a lot of broccoli, a lot of cauliflower, all this stuff. I was eating things I had never had before. And you're
yeah.
so hungry that you're like, "Oh yeah, that's yummy," because you're starving to death, right? But it, I started to lose weight. I mean, I was getting skinny.
Yeah.
So, of course,
So then I joined quickly behind thinking, well, if she can do it, I can do it.
and I was pumped for it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. People were asking me, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing?" And I was telling them, and I had the motivation. I don't know what come over me, but I had the motivation. I was doing it, and I mean, it was I don't know. I was doing it. You couldn't have no alcohols, like no wine, no sodas, nothing. So you were getting. They had these little packets you'd put in your water a couple times a day. We were drinking like almost 100 ounces of water a day, probably because we
Don't
were
want-
just. It was easy to do because we were so hungry.
yeah. You're like, maybe this will fill me up.
The
Well,
idea. Oh, go ahead.
I just can remember I'd go to her classroom during lunch because we were on opposite halls, even though we taught the same grade. And I would run in there and I'd be like, what do you have? And we'd look at each other's food like it was like this big around, like tiny amounts.
I don't remember how long I guess I did it for a little while when I came back to teaching because I was off that whole year and I must have carried it over when I
Yeah.
came back. But it
And we would have these conversations about it'll be easy when we're back in school because we'll be on a schedule. No, it was never easy because it's like everything.
I was really good and I mean they had the craziest stuff and like there were this packet of puff balls like flavored puff balls and I thought they were the best thing and anyways, yes, I was skinny, but then I figured out I was only eating between 900 and 1,000 ish calories a day. Well, of course you're going to
Yeah.
lose weight because you're barely eating, right? And then,
Yeah.
and God loved Perry. He was basically fixing food every night for him and Lewis because I'm over
Mhm.
here with my lean meat and my broccoli,
Mm.
and that was it. And so we did that. And then I don't remember. I just got sick of it. I get after so long, I was like, oh, late. Well, the whole plan of this program was you did it for so long, and then you were supposed to kind of like phase off of it, so you weren't having to eat that food all the time, and then transfer
Do a
into
maintenance.
maintenance
Yeah.
plan and like keep your diet and stuff. Well, listen, I didn't do that. So again, it was on me. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the
Same.
old habits slowly started creeping back in. When I went back to teaching, I remember I did really good for a while. And then there's treats in the teacher's lounge, and I'm like, oh, I'll just have a little treat that won't hurt. And
Or we'd have an in service and it would be catered, or we'd have a meeting on the kids' day off and they would have a bagel bar and we were like, oh.
I mean, I was so intent on it that we would go like when school started back, before the kids came, the teachers would go out to lunch. I would bring my lunchbox
No.
to where we are going and eat my little special astronaut food or whatever I was having, and everybody else is having tacos and I don't know. That was the last. Was that the last one? I think that's the last like program
I
that
don't
I paid
know.
for.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's been 1,000 of them, and now there's a million apps out there that'll can track your food, and those are really good. It really annoyed me to have to stop every time I ate and plug in my food to a program. Like that kept me super focused on the food, and I didn't want to focus on it. So that was not working for
Well,
me.
so so here we are and
Yeah.
um I'm not skinny yet.
Yet.
There's still
Well,
hope. It's a new day every day, y'all.
Exactly. And I do try to start my day with, vitamins, and I
Hmm.
have been drinking the little super greens drink, and I'm really enjoying that. I think that really helps my digestion. So
That's good. I do too, and probiotic.
tiny, yep, tiny steps, baby steps.
But
But
we were laughing because I mean, if it's out there, we've probably tried it,
mhm,
right? And
yep.
it, and I like to buy things to try to make myself lose weight. And I
Oh
bought some.
yeah.
I bought. You said you had some treadmills that you.
I've had more than five probably in my lifetime, which is, I mean, you
I remember when you had one in the bedroom and it folded
mhm.
up.
Yeah, and I can remember thinking, "Ooh, if I get one that slides under the bed, it won't take up so much room." And I
Mhm.
researched it, and it was this flat thing, and you would pull it out and walk on it. But I never bought it, but it looked kind of fancy. So excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. I
Uh,
have a bike,
trying to
not like
trying to
a.
sneeze.
You're fine. I have like a recumbent bike, so you can sit back. I mean, it's in my bonus room. I can watch TV while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've used it, but I don't use it enough that it's doing anything. And then I'm easily influenced on the TikToks. And so I had seen these women with this
Uh-huh.
big plastic looking hula hoop thing that you clamp around your waist and you whip around this weighted ball and they're just whipping it around and you go back and forth to keep this ball spinning. And I'm like, golly, that
I
looks.
remember I remember the day you texted me. You said, "I just bought this. It'll be here tomorrow. Free shipping." She sends me the link. I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see how she likes it.
Well,
I
I
thought,
did do it
really?
for a while. Now, no lie, I do think if you did it consistently, it would work. Because when
Well,
I first
yeah.
started doing it, first you got to figure out how to get your weight. You got to go back and forth. So at first your knees hurt because you're moving back and forth, but you got to keep that thing going, right? And then you
Yeah.
switch sides, so you're doing your other knee. I did do it consistently for a while, and remember it was getting easier to go longer. I was like,
Yeah.
and the whole idea, y'all, is that as you're losing inches, you take these little links out and make your hula hoop bar thing smaller, right? So the last time I decided, well, I'll get my little hoopty dooped out and whip it around my waist a few times. I think I did it, and it's rough. I had my rib cage was out of whack. Then I had to spend $50 to go to the chiropractor to get myself
Yeah.
put back in. Anyways,
This is what we do. We injure ourselves trying to make shortcuts.
yeah.
It's
So I haven't
ridiculous.
whipped out the hula hoop device lately, but maybe one
But
day.
you still have it.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I mean,
Uh-huh.
there's why not?
I
I
know.
may.
That reminds me of I saw online a eye gallop stool. And you sit on this thing. It's like a horse. I guess it's like being in a bar on the bucking,
Oh,
horse,
like on the
whatever,
bull you ride or
the
something.
bull rider. But you do it from the comfort of your home, and it's got a saddle, and you get on it, and you try to stay on it, which creates, you are working the core of your
Right.
core, and it strengthens your core. And I'm like, okay, well, that's a little weird. But speaking of your hula hoop, they also have a hula chair. So the
Oh.
chair, you sit on it and it makes circles. It goes round and around and around, and you have to stay on it. But it showed a lady on her hula chair while she was doing work. And I thought, how is she typing and keeping
Yeah.
up with what's going on?
Okay, lady. Yeah.
Yeah, she was just
Oh. Well,
it
do
was
you
a
remember back like when
gyroscope.
we were probably kids and was it Suzanne Summers that came out with the Thigh Master? Did y'all ever have one of those bad boys? And
I never had one, but I looked at one at Goodwill one
you
time,
put
and I
it
thought,
between your knees and you squeeze them back
yeah,
and forth to,
yeah,
we've done it all, y'all.
yeah. I did. That reminds me, during that era, jazzercise. I used to go
Oh,
to
I did
jazzercise.
jazzercise too. They're at a church.
I loved it. Yep, mine was at a church, and we all had our towels
It's still
and
a
our
thing.
tracks. And our high top Reeboks.
Yep.
With
But
the,
it's still
with
a
the
thing.
strap.
A lady I worked with does it sometimes in Hermitage.
Well, we should go.
We should. I've
That would
tried
be fun.
Zumba. I think partly because, like, your kids, like, you played sports, I danced. So we were
Yeah.
always so active. And then, when you start, listen, I've also tried those boot camp classes, like, or those, like, where you go and, like,
Yeah, no.
I did
I
that
don't
probably about 6 or 7 years ago. It's not my jam, okay? I don't wanna
mm.
I don't wanna roll a tire, and I don't wanna climb a rope, and I just didn't like it, and I would give it and I'm like, "Ugh, those people are cut out of different cloth than me." It's not my
Yeah.
jam.
That would not encourage me. I mean,
No.
if they were serving like cinnamon rolls after you finish the class, I'm
I mean, these people live for it. I've got a friend that does it, and she goes every day before school. So, literally gets up and
wow.
goes to like a 5 a.m. class, and it's
Good for
awesome. And
her.
she's very strong, but I don't like it. I've been doing a tap class.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't
Um,
like it.
and
Well,
they say as you get older, you should lift weights more, right?
yeah,
I have
yeah.
some of those.
I have a set. We have a set of weights.
I
Yeah.
don't have a
Oh,
set, but I just have 10-pound weights, but they've literally probably got this much dust on them.
do you remember the ankle weights? You would strap
Yep.
on with Velcro and you'd clump around the house like that was really gonna uh shape those thigh or calves.
Build
I
your
don't know.
calf muscles.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm trying to think if I've had anything else. Oh, I've got a rubber thing with handles on it that you step on and you pull it up. I mean,
Oh,
I
tension.
have an entire gym basically here, but ain't nobody doing any of it. And
Well,
every
maybe we
piece of it's in a different room of the house. I should do like an around the world, like start in the bonus room and do my bike.
it could be a
Then I could,
circuit class.
yes, it could. That's what I'm thinking. And then I could get my hoop out and hoop it. Then I
Well,
could go
put it at the
downstairs.
bottom of the steps. Yeah, then that counts.
Well, the
Going
weights are downstairs, so then I can walk downstairs, lift my little weights. I mean, we may be onto something.
Hey, well, when I heard there was chair yoga, I was like,
Chair
okay,
yoga, yes.
I can sit down and stretch. Well, if you've ever tried it, it is not easy. Yoga
Mhm.
is difficult,
It is
but
difficult.
it looks like the most fun thing I would probably do for a little while.
Well, that makes I forgot I did go through a hot yoga phase a few years
I never
ago.
did that.
You didn't go with me, but there's a place in Mount Juliet, and I was like, this sounds like something I could enjoy. So I go, and for those of you that aren't watching, I wear well, Carol does too. We both wear glasses. I don't wear contacts. I have to wear my glasses all the time. So I'm going to this hot yoga class, and it was probably during my I had lost some weight era because I probably wouldn't have been in there trying to fold myself in half like this. And you sign up. You got to sign up for these classes ahead of time, and you show up and you roll out
Pay your
little-
money.
pay your money, and it's dark. Well, this hot yoga, we do it, and it is hot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like they're pumping the heat in there, right? Well, by the
Mm.
end of the class, my glasses are like down here. They're sliding off my face. I'm drenched in sweat. I'm sliding on the mat. And then you get to the end of the class and you lay on your back, and the instructor's, talking nice and calm. And they come around, they put this cold rag on your face. It was the best part of the whole class. And I did go do that, I don't know, a handful of times, and that fell off. I don't know. I just have very poor commitment issues.
Well, I think there is hope though out there. Of course, now there's weight loss shots, there's weight loss pills. You have to be careful with those, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I did read about a tongue patch that you can have surgically sewn to your tongue, and I was like, what? And I thought, well, how does that work? Does it deaden your, taste buds and then you don't want to eat? No, it's like cruel. Like it makes it painful to chew. or
It
to
sounds like
eat.
some sort of punishment.
I know.
Is
and
that
I-
even is that legal?
It's you go to the plastic surgeon and they sew it on.
I've never heard of
so
that.
So that you'll like only eat soft foods and drink your nutrition and everything. And I thought that does not interest me either. There's
Well, you know me,
also,
I'd be like, well, sir, ice cream is soft.
yes, and I'd be like, pudding, please,
Mhm.
or cream of whatever.
So I
There
guess all
are,
that to say, I won't be doing anything before the beach. This is it. That's what I'm going to look like.
yeah, same.
Oh, maybe
Well,
I will start my little circuit around the house though.
well, that sounds fun at least. They do have food goggles.
Okay. That's
They're like
interesting.
VR. They're like VR. It's like a you put it on like meta
Hmm.
goggles, and when you look at your piece of pie or whatever you're eating, it supersizes it, so it tricks your brain into thinking that you ate
That
the
you're
largest
eating a lot more
portion.
than you are. Okay.
Yeah. So my concern would be to pull up into a restaurant and there I am with my giant goggles on and my one slice of pizza.
Well, now how are
No,
you supposed
I
to
don't
look at
think
people that you're with? That's weird. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
it's just it's a little odd. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything we haven't tried, but the only thing I haven't tried is the smart fork. There's a smart fork that'll it vibrates when you like if you put a bite in your mouth and it's really
Okay.
yummy, so you take another bite too quickly, it vibrates and it'll send you a message. Chew longer, slow down.
What?
Okay. Like that is just bizarre to me.
Well,
I don't
okay.
think
We're
I'll
about out of time.
okay.
Was there anything else?
No, but heat makes things expand. So maybe we don't have a weight problem. We're just hot.
We we are hot. I love that.
Hey,
That's
we're just
hilarious.
hot.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Well, it's so
Well,
cold here right now. We should be string beans.
no. It is very cold and has been for an entire 2 weeks nearly. But
Yes.
hopefully by the midweek, it's going to warm up and rain, and that'll be nice to get rid of all the salt and the
Yeah.
ice chunks and everything.
I hope so.
Um, I do have a reminder for our listeners.
Yes.
Cute. I
Yeah,
hope that
same
was
one.
funny.
Whatever.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right, guys. So you're gonna probably notice a little blip here, a glitch. We're on the free version of this, okay? So our time ran out, we got cut off. So
We
um
did.
yeah, feel free
Imagine.
to send us some donations so we could get a on a
Yeah.
platform that doesn't time us out. But anyways, Carol was in the middle of saying something and it cut her off.
Yes, I was going to say, don't worry about, since we're talking about being tempted by food and
Mm-hmm.
not being able to stick to itiveness, or stick to itiveness, or however you term it.
Discipline.
Discipline, self-discipline, but don't worry about avoiding temptation, because as you grow older, it will avoid you.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like
That's
it
rude.
either. It is rude. Rude.
Rude.
But anyway, it is time to dispatch the detach.
Yes.
And remember, don't make a fist.
Start a list. All right, we'll see you guys next
See
time.
you later. Bye.